How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Manatee Gaming. The last video I put out had a lot of traction. It was pretty awesome. People were super into the idea of making a lot of money flipping. It's been insane. The Necromancy release has made it so profits are crazy, and strangely enough, they're still really crazy. We are still hitting margins of like 100 million on some items. Normally by this point of a release, prices have stabilized a bit more, but the profits are still rolling in. I'm still making a crazy amount of money. Everyone on the Discord server is still making a crazy amount of money too. It is awesome. It's fantastic. It's been so good actually that we actually had our sale packages sell out, so I've extended those by about 10 more packages, and those are about half gone now. So once those are gone, the sale will be over, but that doesn't mean you can't join us. We also have the free flipping section open right now, and it's actually been booming lately. We've been posting a lot more prices in there. You guys can actually flip with me. I'm posting stuff in there too and answering questions whenever you need to. But anyway, this video today is going to be something that people have been asking for. A lot of people have been asking, if I don't have that much money to flip with, what can I do to start earning more money to be able to do bigger flips and stuff? So this guide is going to be a money-making guide to help you guys out to be able to earn some more money to get to those higher numbers to flip with. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. So the method we're going to be doing today is actually one that I have had on my channel before, but I've decided to post this one now because it's really good right now. It's also a fairly simple method to do. I think that you'll really enjoy doing this one. So this one is, we are going to be making tanned hides. We're going to be turning our hides into leather. Now what we need to do is bring over this bar into the middle here. It doesn't really matter where you put your bar, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to set this up entirely before we get going. Just in case anybody doesn't know how to do it, like, you know, the most optimal way, I'm going to show you guys this step by step. But what we're going to be doing is using our lunar spell, which is a level 83 lunar spell to tan leather. So that is the only requirement for this. Is going to be level 83 magic, lunar spell unlocked with the tan leather spell. So if you don't have it, definitely go get it. This is a method that continues to be good over the years. Whenever it's like, you know, it dies down a little bit in value, it just pops back up at random places. The reason why I'm showing you guys a method that is not necromancy, by the way, is because with the necromancy release, there's a lot of people not paying attention to these older methods, so it makes them really good. What you're definitely going to want is you're going to want to have a rune pouch. It doesn't really matter which one you have. I got the grasping rune pouch right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my body runes and I'm going to put those in there. And I'm also going to take some astral runes and I'm going to put those in there as well. I want to have this all in the rune pouch because that way it's going to be out of my inventory. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that, and then it'll go into my inventory. That'll just sit right there. And then also have a staff that will give you elemental runes, because we're going to need those to cast the spell. And that way you're not wasting money on those elemental runes. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to walk over to the GE, if you, or like a bank, it doesn't really matter, it just has to be a bank teller here, and then you'll be able to use your magic master cape or magic cape or whatever you have. If you don't have this cape, you can just switch to lunars another way, but this makes it very easy. You right click, click on activate, and then go to lunar, and then boom, our book is now on lunar, and you will see the make leather spell pop up because we have the fire runes from our staff, and we also have the other runes in our pouch. So then we've got our black dragon hide. So there is pretty close to all the dragon hides you can do right now are going to be a profit. I think all of them are, but the main ones I looked at were the royal dragon hides, which were a 500 gold profit each. And then these black dragon hides were also a 500 gold profit each. I did buy these black dragon hides pretty cheap. Whenever you are doing this money-making method or any other money-making method, I need you to do two things for me. Two things. Because if you don't do these two things, you're not going to make as much money. Number one, test the price on the leather and the dragon hide before you start going. So what you got to do is you got to instant buy and instant sell each one. And that way you can see what the prices look like, just like that royal dragon hide picture you saw there. You want to see all the prices. Whatever you instantly sell it for, you're going to try buying it for a little bit less than that, and then whatever you instantly buy for, you can try selling for a little bit more than that. And typically whenever you do a price check, you'll try to sell it, like buy it and sell it at those prices, but when it comes to supplies, the supply value fluctuates a lot, so you can usually get even better prices than what you saw there. And then also the second part of that is make sure that when you are buying and selling your finished product or your supplies that you are buying, make sure that you are buying those at the best price possible, which means you do not want them to instantly fill. You want these to slowly buy for you and then slowly sell for you. If they go any faster, if they go too fast or whatever, then you probably could have got a better price. Remember, this is more about how much you're going to make, not how fast you buy and sell it. And the last thing to keep in mind about these dragon hides too is that the dragon hides have a 10,000 buy limit, so you can do up to 10,000 on one 4-hour buy. If you have multiple accounts, you can buy 10,000 on 4 hours for all of them. It's pretty fantastic. And then something to keep in mind too is that when you are doing tan leather spell, the speed for it at like maximum efficiency is going to be 55,000 roughly per hour that you can tan. So unless you are using it all or you're stocking up a little bit, then you'll be actually only tanning for about 20 minutes or so with a buy limit of Royal and buy limit of Black Dragonhide. If you watched the previous video on this method here, then you also saw me trying the dinosaur leathers, dinosaur hides. Those are probably good still, but the issue is right now is when I was trying to price check them, I couldn't actually find a good price for either one of them. There's just not enough of them in the game right now. So feel free to try those on your own. I did not want to post them in this video because they're just not reliable right now, but you can definitely try them if you want to. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on into it. We need to dump our items that we have into the Grand Exchange. That way we have an empty inventory. With an empty inventory, that way we can just search up our black dragon hides and then we can fill up our inventory with it. And then just make sure you've got your staff equipped and your grasping rune pouch equipped. That way that you're all set up. This is what you want to see for a preset, and then you're going to click the preset settings, and then when you're in here, just pick up one of your presets, doesn't matter which one, and then you're gonna click on overwrite. I would just put it as something that you'll remember. I don't know, we'll do Virago. I like putting Virago for random things. And then just click on overwrite, and then leave it in the number 1 slot. You want it in the number 1 slot because that way, I'll show you in just a second, but you're just gonna be clicking the number 1 a bunch of times and not a bunch of different numbers, so just make sure it's the number 1 slot. Then all you gotta do is hit the number 1 at that point. When you hit number 1, it will leave the bank and give you your entire preset, which is what you want. The next thing you're gonna wanna do, guys, is take that make leather spell. I thought it was tan leather, but apparently it's make leather. Take the make leather spell and bring it down to your ability bar. I'm gonna bring this down to this one right here. And then that way I've got the make leather on my ability bar, and then I'm going to make sure I have preset that to 1. All you gotta do is right click it, click customize keybind, and then it'll pop up this one, and then you just click number 1, and then that's it, close that, and then now make leather is number 1. That way when I go up here, I've got everything set up. But what you want to do is you want to take your backpack now. This is also a way to make this a little bit quicker. You can make it so that your backpack is right next to the banker. That way you can just click really quickly. Then once you want to get going, you just simply click 1 and then click that. And then there you go. It does my entire inventory, gives me a little bit of XP in the process. And then I'm going to click on my banker, and then I'm going to click the number 1. It resets it. Click 1 again. Click on the black dragon hide. And that is all you do. That's literally it. It's extremely simple. If you set it up nicely, then you can just click the number 1. You can go right to the banker here. And as you see, with my inventory being right next to the banker, when I click this, I just click the banker, click this again, and that's all you're doing. You're literally just hitting the number 1 over and over and over again. It'll give you a small amount of magic XP. So I'm going slower, that way you guys can see how it works and everything, but you can definitely do this extremely fast. You will be able to get up to 55,000 hides per hour. Maybe it's possible to go higher than that. I really doubt you're going to be able to go higher than that consistently for an hour anyway, so we're just going to use the 55k. Assuming all costs involved, like taxes and buying the runes and everything, you're going to be looking at roughly 25 million per hour on this money-making method right now. Something to keep in mind though is just keep this money-making method in mind, because I constantly go back and check this money-making method and then all of a sudden it's good again. If it does die down a little bit on release, you know, just know that does happen with money-making guides. I always get people in the comments that are like, it's not as much money now. Yeah, I know, dude. That's because 100,000 people looked at it. But if you just give it some time, it'll pop back up. But the thing is, though, is this is like one of the most consistent money makers in the game. It just always goes back to being profitable. So what you can do is you can just try to check the price of the leather, check the price of the hides every once in a while. Whenever it looks good, buy a limit and then just craft them up. But if you do this 25 million per hour, it's pretty awesome. This will definitely help you guys save up some bank in order to come flip with us in the Discord server. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.